Have an update. DOJ finally investigating a story we first brought you. Cops threatened two men. I got this update. It is a hell of an update. All right, let's put it up. This is an update to a story we've been following out of Mississippi. Deputies accused of shoving guns into the mouths of two black men. Several deputies from a Mississippi Sheriff's Department are being investigated by the Justice Department for possible civil rights violations. They have been involved in these violations for at least 4 violent encounters with black men since 2019 that left 2 dead and another one with lasting injuries. An Associated Press investigation found 2 of the men allege that Rankin County Sheriff's deputies shoved guns in their mouths during separate encounters. In one case, the deputy pulled the trigger, leaving the man with wounds that required parts of his tongue to be sewn back together. In one of the fatal confrontations, the man's mother said a deputy kneeled on her son's neck while he told them he couldn't breathe. Police and court records obtained by the AP show that several deputies who were accepted to the sheriff's office special response team, a tactical unit whose members received advanced training, were involved in each of the 4 encounters. In 3 of them, the heavily redacted documents don't indicate if they were serving in their normal capacity as deputies or as members of the unit. Let's put them up. Michael Corey Jenkins, one of the police shooting victims. Remember, we brought you this story. In Mississippi, the police shooting of Michael Corey Jenkins led the Justice Department to open, finally, a civil rights investigation into the sheriff's office. Jenkins said 6 white deputies burst into a home where he was visiting a friend. One put a gun to his mouth and fired. Jenkins' hospital records, parts of which he shared with AP, show he had a lacerated tongue and a broken jaw. In a notice of an upcoming lawsuit, attorneys for Jenkins and his friend, Eddie Terrell Parker, said on the night of January 24th, the deputies suddenly came in the home, proceeded to handcuff and beat him. They said the deputies stunned them with tasers repeatedly over roughly 90 minutes, and at one point forced them to lie on their backs as the deputies poured milk over their faces. There's more. Police say the raid was prompted by a report of drug activity at the home. Jenkins was charged with possessing between 2 to 10 grams of methamphetamine and aggravated assault on an officer. Parker was charged with 2 misdemeanors, possession of paraphernalia, and disorderly conduct. Jenkins and Parker say the raid came to a head when the deputy shot Jenkins through the mouth. He still has difficulty speaking and eating. Another black man, Carvis Johnson, alleged in a federal lawsuit filed in 2020 that this same county, a deputy placed a gun in his mouth during a 2019 drug bust. Johnson was not shot there. Rankin County, which has about 120 sheriff deputies serving, is roughly 160,000 people, is predominantly white, and just east of the state capital, Jackson, home of one of the highest percentages of black residents of any major U.S. city. We are glad to see that it is out of the bubble of local law enforcement. Sometimes that is the purpose of attempting to shine light on corruption. You got to get it outside of your local politics because you can get home cooked. All right? We'll bring you this as it develops, but I wanted to provide that highlight. The Department of Justice finally involved. Sharon, thoughts?
What you're talking about is torture. And what you detailed reminds me of investigative journalism reports on Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. It's horrific.
It's unbelievable.